Yo, 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 what's up, YouTube? It's Defo again. Thank you so much for clicking this video. I know my last video I was talking about the other regions. We're going to talk about Pacific today. There's a lot of players here that I think are worth mentioning, especially some big names. I'm kind of going to be telling you my favorites, as well as some people that I really am curious to see on how they perform. So before I get into it, though, I just want to say thanks so much, everybody, for clicking the last video and subscribing or leaving a like if you did. I really do appreciate it. My goal with these videos and just my streams and everything is to really make these a lot more conversational, a lot more down to earth, instead of something super high budget. Now, though, I really like just kind of sitting, talking, podcast style, just about my thoughts and stuff. So yeah, I appreciate it. I think the first team I kind of want to break down and talk about really is the T1 roster, just because I think that they are probably I guess they did almost like a complete rebuild, aside from Carpe and Saya, and I think that they're also just kind of one of the most exciting ones, specifically for me, or especially for me. First off, Rossi, the import from the US, I think he does a great job on the roles he's in. He really proved himself both on TSM and on Turtle Troops last year and the years before. I think he also has a lot of energy and can really kind of be almost the emotional leader for the team, which I think is really cool. Next is Excurate, which is, I come from CS, so I've known him since before, and he was a great opper there. I mean, Asian CS was kind of a joke in the sense of they always were dangerous in open quals, but they never really did much aside from that. But I don't think that counts him out. I think Valorant really is a new game, and I mean, the Asian scene, I think, has arguably been one of the most consistently scary regions to face, both at VCT or just any international tournaments. So I think he has a lot to prove. He's done really good. He's an opper, right? I think he could honestly be probably the best op in the game with time. So I'm excited to see what he does. And then also is Izu. I will be honest, I didn't know a lot about this guy, but boy, did he like blow my mind, especially in the game against Bleed. I don't know what it is with I need to do more research on the comps and stuff. People are like low-key cooking, but he seems to be really good on pretty much any kind of duelist or aggressive agent that you really put him on, and his aim is just obviously nuts. So I'm excited to see just kind of how this whole roster meshes well together, and everything. They don't seem to have any problems language barrier wise, which is really cool, because I know that could be a problem for some rosters. So that's one roster I would definitely keep your eyes on as a whole, instead of players individually. But talking more about individuals specifically, I want to talk about Euron from Zeta. He's the newest pickup. I know that Laz, he was saying that he's like the youngest on the team now. They brought him some young blood, and he's kind of being an emotional leader in the sense of just kind of raising their spirits. I know specifically for me, Zeta kind of always had this calm, almost too serious demeanor about themselves, whether they were on stage or with behind the scenes content. Though they seemed really cool and stuff, I felt like they needed some sort of like young spirit in the team. So I think that's what they found with Euron. Another individual I think that's really cool that is another NA pickup is Governor onto Talon. Gov, alongside Rossi and alongside Ban, his teammate on Talon, they did some really good things for tier 2. I mean, they are staple names both in the streaming scene and in like Nights Weekly scene and stuff like that. I know that's specifically what I remember them from, but I know Governor had a great showing last night against Team Secret, almost dropping a 1.76 rating over 2 maps, plus 27 kill differential, which is just like crazy. And I think that if he keeps up this performance, he could be really scary, especially like later on in the season. Again, as long as he can keep it consistent, because I don't want to give them I want a credit to a honeymoon phase, but I also don't want to discredit them, so fingers crossed for them. Yeah, so another player is Flashback. DRX is one of my favorite rosters since the beginning of the game. I just love the way Stacks and stuff and the rest of the team really go about the game. They're really methodical in the way they play and stuff, and I think they made a good decision in Flashback. Though I think getting rid of Zest and getting RB leaving, though I wish there was almost a world where we could keep the both of them and have Flashback. Though that can't happen, I think Flashback is a really good pickup. I remember Temi, the coach, he was saying that he could see Flashback being one of the best aimers in all of Pacific, which I think is a lot of high praise, and I'm curious to see on how Flashback lives up to that. I know that he did really good in the opening game against DFM. almost, I think he was top fragging over the entire server after the 2 maps. So things are looking good for him so far. So I'm curious to see on just what other agents he plays and also just how he carries himself on through the season. So finally, the last player that I want to talk about is this is gonna be like maybe not a super underrated player by any means, but I just want to kind of throw in my favorite player at the moment and it's something from Paper X. I think with Jing leaving the team for military service, I think that he has a lot of responsibility to kind of pick up in this terms of the firepower. I know everybody on this team is a shooter, but I think something really has the pop-off potential that he has shown before to really take this team not only across the finish line, but really almost like defy the good expectations. But I think these guys could finally look at winning a title this year, which is something they've come close to doing multiple times. So I think this might really be their first year. So yeah. Well, with that being said, thank you guys so much again for watching the Pacific video of this kind of, what is it? I don't know, it's after a trilogy, but I'm going to try to put 4 videos out for each region. So thank you so much for watching the second installment. And the next one I'll probably cover China, and then I'll end off with EMEA because I know that there's a lot to talk about there. So appreciate you guys stopping. Just like the last one, please leave comments on just some things I could do better, thoughts on what you're excited for the season, and even be sure to leave a like and subscribe as well so you'll be updated when new things come out. I apologize for the squeaky chair, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. So I appreciate it. Later.